Hi, everyone. Hi. How are you all going? Okay, I heard good, great, and like shit. Such a shame. Who's great out there? Okay. Who's enjoying it being a sunny day in Wellington? Yay! Great. Wonderful. That's what we like to hear. Anyway, hello. My name is Karen. Up the back, we have Eleanor and Ollie. In the box, they're waving at you right now. Welcome to Yes, Yes, Yes. So, do you all know roughly what the show is about? Yes. You want to throw out some buzzwords? Consent, excellent. What else? Say again? Any other buzzwords? Consent, healthy relationships, sex, excellent. But when we were making the show, we really wanted to focus on some good stuff, right? So what consent looks like and what it looks like in our own lives. And that made me think of a night a few years ago where I went to a party and I met a guy called Tom and we slept together that night. That's right, I've still got it. And there was nothing wrong with it, but I just kept thinking about the specifics of it, right? Like, how did we go from meeting each other to hooking up and knowing that the other person wanted to hook up? So that's one thing I've been thinking about. Another thing I've been thinking about is when I was in high school, I had a few friends tell me that they had been sexually assaulted, and I did not know what to say to them, and I wish that I had known. And in those stories, the characters are men and women, trans, genderqueer, gay, straight, and bi. We're going to tell you one of those stories today. In that story, our character's name is Ari. Ari goes to a party and is sexually assaulted by somebody called Jamie. Does that make sense? Awesome. So there's my story with Tom, and then there's Ari's story with Jamie. Yeah? As you might be able to guess, the show does contain some content relating to sexual violence, so if at any point you feel like it would be a good idea for you to step outside, please do. You're welcome back at any time. It'd be great if you didn't take any photos or videos during the performance today, but truly, most of all, we're just glad that you're here because we want to talk about it. And we're going to do our very best to take care of you, too. Yeah? Should we do the show? Yes! Has anybody here seen the film Hunt for the Wilder People? Yes. Excellent. Okay, there's that scene where Ricky Baker is on the run and he ends up at Kahu's house. And she is just fully monologuing to a completely silent Ricky Baker, right? Like, do you want an ice cream? Do you want a sausage? You don't talk much, eh? People say I talk too much. I can talk for ages. He looks at the TV to his right and it's playing that old chocolate bar advert. Do you remember the flake one? So if you want me to talk, if you don't want me to talk, just... He looks back at Kahu and poof, time slows down and a halo forms around her head and she starts swishing her hair back and forth really dramatically. And then eventually we hear only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate. And Ricky is like, The night I met Tom, I was wearing a fedora. Anybody know what a fedora is? An extremely embarrassing hat. But full disclosure, I had very recently been broken up with. And my friend Mary had convinced me to go to this party with her. So we arrive at this party really late, and it turns out that it is a birthday party. And we are coming in just as this incredible looking birthday cake is coming out, and everyone else is gathered around to sing happy birthday. So I just casually blend into the crowd and join in the singing, when I realize I do not know whose birthday it is. So I don't know what name to sing. That's okay, I'm not gonna panic. I'm sure Mary mentioned it on the way over, so just think of the name, Karen. Think of the name, Karen. Think of any name, Karen, any name at all. I enter a kind of fugue state and reach for the only name that I can think of, which is Birthday, Dear Karen. The person in front of me laughs, blows out the candles, turns around and says, "It's Tom."
Only the crumbliest, flakiest chocolate tastes like chocolate never tasted before.
Tom's really hot. I regret the fedora. Cut to 1 hour later, I'm talking to Mary, but I'm not taking a word of it in. I am extremely conscious of Tom's presence. I'm trying to focus in on what she is saying, but my eyes just keep flicking to Tom, and eventually she tells me to just go and talk to him. Okay, Mary. Well, he's in the living room. He's next to the stereo. He's choosing music to put on. He puts on a song that I really like. Okay, this is the end. Don't think it through. I start walking towards him and realize I have absolutely nothing to say. My mind is a black abyss. I get 3 feet from him. We make eye contact, and I pretend someone called my name from the other room. Okay? I needed a plan. I should have had a plan. I'm back next to the cake. God, I want a piece of that cake, but it's got Happy Birthday Tom on it. I feel too guilty. This is fine. This is fine. You're a grown woman, Karen. You can do whatever you want. Just go. Just go. Go now. I love this song. Same. Happy birthday, by the way. Thank you, yeah. My name is Tom. I know, I heard it in the song. My name is Karen. You sang your own name. I'm so sorry about that. I didn't really mean to. No, it's funny. You seem funny. So, yeah. Montage, Karen point of view, the details that I notice. Close up on Tom's brown eyes. Tom's whole body moving when he laughs. Us sitting outside, me making a joke just as he is taking a sip of beer. Tom spraying beer all over the grass. Our knees touching. Living room, us watching the dancing, not dancers ourselves. Close up on Tom's mouth. I'm thinking about kissing him, but his hands are in his pockets now, and his body kind of seems more closed off, so I wait. And then cut to the kitchen, and the party has emptied out. You want some help cleaning up? No, it's a lost cause in here. Hey, we could watch something in my room if you wanted to do that. Yeah, that sounds fun. Tom takes a step towards me and touches the back of my hand. You would be welcome to spend the night if that's something you were interested in doing. I think about it. I don't know what I want. I mean, maybe I'll just see how I feel. Yeah, totally. What's good for you is good for me. Okay. Okay, we're gonna read some conversations together now. So, these are conversations that happen on Messenger in the days after the party where Ari is assaulted. Does that make sense? Excellent. And to do this, I'm going to ask 4 people to come and help me read. What that means, if you volunteer, you come on stage, you stand at a microphone, I'll give you this beautifully highlighted script, and you read with me. You don't need to be an actor to do this. In fact, in my view, the less acting, the better. Yeah? So, 4 people to help me read. The first person is someone to read the role of Kitty. Kitty is a friend of Ari's. Is anybody keen to read for Kitty? This was the first hand I saw. Yes, what was your name?
Sophia.
Say again?
Sophia.
Sophia? Can you come down on stage, Sophia? Yay, Sophia! Here is your script, and how is this height for you? Good.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, the next person I need is someone to read the role of Morgan. So Morgan's got 2 scenes, one now, one a little bit later on, is a friend of both Ari's and Jamie's. Yeah. You game?
Sure.
What was your name?
Ollie.
Ollie. Here you go,
Thanks.
Ollie. So if you come on stage and come to this microphone. And how is this height for you, Ollie?
Oh,
I reckon that is not far off. Perfect.
thanks.
Okay, the third person I need, it's not for just yet, a little bit later in the show, is someone to read the role of Jamie. Yes, what was your name?
I'm Hunter.
Hunter? I'll come to you, Hunter. I'll give you this script. So you can stay where you are, and I'll call on you a little bit. Okay, last person I need, again, not just for now, for a little bit later in the show, is someone to read the role of Ari. Anybody keen to read? Awesome. What was your name? Pluto. Say again? Pluto. Okay, Pluto, I'll come and give this to you. Excellent. Okay. You both all good? You're gonna be great. Messenger conversation, Kitty and Morgan, day after the party.
Hey. Hey. How you today? Big night.
Yeah. Hey, can you take down the photo?
Which one?
From Isaac's.
I've got 20 photos on my story. Which?
Ari and Jamie hooking up in the kitchen.
Lol, why?
Ari wants it taken down.
Classic. Ari's lucky I didn't put this up.
Video from Morgan to Kitty. Interior kitchen crowd scene. People chanting, go upstairs, go upstairs, go upstairs. Close up on Ari and Jamie kissing.
Ugh. Ha, what?
When did you take that?
Right before they went upstairs.
Why would you film people hooking up? It's not your business.
354 views. Stoked they finally hooked up. Jamie sent me this screenshot the other day.
Screenshot of conversation thread between Ari and Jamie. From Ari to Jamie, selfie. From Jamie to Ari, 100 emoji, flame emoji.
Can you just take it down?
Well, chill. What's wrong?
Ari asked me to ask you to take it down.
Is Ari all good? Why is Ari going through you?
Ari doesn't feel like talking about it.
No one cares. Just hope they had a good time. Hello?
Jamie is the worst.
What?
Ari told me I could tell you, but this needs to stay between us. If you tell anyone, we're no longer friends.
Okay.
For real, Morgan.
Yeah, okay. You got me kind of worried.
Ari didn't want to have sex, but Jamie did it anyway.
Are you serious? What? Wait, what? They were like hooking up in the kitchen though. Seemed all good.
Yeah, well, Ari wasn't. Jamie was really pushy when they got upstairs.
Is Ari okay? Are you over there now? I took the photo down.
Nah, not okay. I'm not there now, but I was this morning.
Is it cool if I message Ari?
Yeah, maybe wait till tomorrow. Don't be a dick, though.
What do you mean?
Like, don't ask what happened. Just, like, be, like, there.
Cool, okay. But like, what did Jamie do?
Wouldn't take no for an answer.
Thank you both so much. You can take a seat. You can hold on to that. You can hold on to that.
Yes, I have had a crush before.
Yes, I've had a crush before.
Yeah, I've had quite a few crushes.
Had a massive crush probably when I was 7, 8. It's probably because my teacher was nice.
I currently have one in the school actually.
I've actually got one currently, but it's...
When they're around you get like butterflies and like you blush and stuff like that.
Yeah, oh, this is hard to explain.
When I was younger, my heart used to do this little weird beating thing. Now it doesn't. I'm just like, damn. And then I'm like, okay.
So it was like super exciting and emotional, but the anxiety of it was just like, oh, does he like me back?
Yes, well, he left me on scene. And this morning he only messaged me like when school started at around 8:40.
I have mild autism, so I struggle with normal conversations a lot. I've never been in a romantic one before, so that would probably be an even bigger struggle for me.
I'm in a relationship now. I think, how long has it been? Like a year and 6 months, I think.
I hate to admit it, but I have been in a lot of relationships in my life.
Had a year 6 relationship, but that doesn't really count.
I am not currently in a relationship. Single Pringle.
I was in a relationship for 6 months, and over the last 6 weeks, I have been like just thinking about my relationship and stuff like that. Like, I'm not happy So last week I kind of like was like, I'm not happy anymore, so I'm just gonna break it off and stuff like that.
And now he's like some big fuckboy because I broke his heart.
I've never had sex had sexual contact with people in a committed relationship. So for me, it's always just been casual.
I feel like with my boyfriend, everything sex-wise has been like extremely easy, and I know that's not the case for like everyone. We both we lost our virginity to each other, which is like cute.
I had one of my friends she's 16, and she asked me like, how do you have sex with girls? And I was like, I think it just, people need to be educated that your first time is not just for like penis, vagina, sexual intercourse. It's different things as well.
We're in Tom's bedroom, hanging out, and it's actually going pretty well. We watched an episode of Rick and Morty. He managed to smuggle the rest of the birthday cake into his room, which was great, and we talk. But then it just gets to that moment where we're sitting on the bed next to each other, and it's like we've both decided that something else just has to happen now. We've stopped talking, and his whole body has tensed up next to mine, and I know absolutely that he is about to try and kiss me. I'm thinking in this moment about every film I've ever seen where two people kiss for the first time. You know the ones? The lights are always twinkling, and they're always so sure that they want it to happen. And there's this intense eye contact right before, and like a little slight smile, and sure, their hearts might be pounding, but it doesn't actually matter, because they lean in just at the right time, and the music swells, and that's just not at all what's happening here. In this moment, the thought of his face getting close enough to my face to kiss me is making me so nervous. As anticipated, he starts leaning towards me, and weirdly, his eyes are still open. And I can feel his hot breath on my face, and I can see his teeth in his mouth, and I just, nope. Jump off the bed and walk to the other side of the room and stand there doing this at him. And he's looking at me like, what just happened? Why? Why did I do that? Why didn't I just tell him I didn't want to hook up right then? Well, I didn't want to hurt his feelings. And I didn't want him to just not care or think that I was being a tease, or maybe since I'd already agreed to go back to his house, or his room, he thought I'd already agreed to having sex with him, because I do not like feeling powerless, because of all of the times in my life that I felt afraid. That's why I jumped off the bed. And now when I get like that, I cannot feel my body anymore. Do you ever have that experience? Just no awareness of my limbs whatsoever? Like I'm a floating pair of eyes in the world. It's really difficult to explain this stuff. And the thought of explaining it to Tom in this moment feels impossible, because I'm not afraid of Tom. I'm really not. He seems like a great guy. But I am afraid of the movie script of how this all rolls out, right? Like we kiss and then we definitely have sex and there's absolutely no backing out. I know that's stupid. I know that's not true. I have no idea what he thinks. So yeah, I'm 26 at this point. I feel like I'm 16. And all I'm thinking about is how to escape this room with that cake. Okay, we are going to read another conversation now. So, Ollie, could you come back up? Excellent. And Hunter, could you come up too? Excellent. Now, how's this for you? Hunter?
That should be fine.
Excellent. Jamie and Morgan, 3 days after the party.
Hey, where you been?
Hey, what do you mean?
You ghosting me? Ha ha.
Been busy, eh?
Ah yeah, sweet. Haven't talked to you since the party, really.
Yup.
Glad to see you made it out alive. Okay, like what's up with you?
Nothing.
Why is Ari out of school?
Sick.
Yeah, but like, why is Ari talking to you?
Yup.
Okay, everything all good?
Jamie, for real, are we doing this?
Ari's not replying. Am I blocked?
Just leave it.
Yeah, but why won't they talk to me?
Are you serious right now?
I don't know what was said to you, but Ari was into it.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
What?
Jamie, you have fucked this up.
What's being said?
Ari said that when you went upstairs, you wouldn't take no for an answer.
I call bullshit.
Okay, well, I believe Ari, so whatever. They're not in a good way.
Okay, so when we were first hooking up, Ari was nervous or whatever, and I was like, yeah, cool. But then after a bit, we were laughing and stuff, so I made a move.
Did Ari say anything before?
Ari was like, nah, but I said it was all good.
Seriously?
Why? That's normal.
Disagree. What did Ari say after that?
Dunno, something about needing to find Kiri for a ride home. But I said Kiri was staying the night.
That was Ari telling you no.
At first, yeah, but
But what?
decisions change.
How do you know that? Did you ask?
Who asks? Seriously.
I do that. I'm no mind reader. Why do you think Ari wanted to have sex?
We were hooking up. And we've been texting for weeks. You saw the screenshots.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in the moment. Ari said they didn't want to and was making excuses, like about Kitty.
If Ari didn't want to, they should have pushed me off or something.
That's dark. When you were hooking up, what was happening?
What do you mean? Ari was lying there.
But like talking or anything? Or like smiling?
No?
Was Ari like, I don't know, doing stuff to you?
Morgan! Nah, but it was all happening pretty fast. If they didn't want it, they would have left.
Not if they were freaking out.
They weren't freaking out.
You don't know that. It's not like you asked.
Morgan.
Was anything else said?
Ari said wait.
Why would you even want to have sex with someone who wasn't into it?
Are you serious? I wanted to have sex. Ari was there. She wasn't leaving. Chill out.
Are you honestly telling me it seemed like Ari wanted it? Ari is real messed up about it.
You're freaking me out. You think Ari's going to tell anyone else?
Thank you both so much. You can take a seat. Thanks, Ellie.
With my ex-girlfriend, she pressured the first night, like we hooked up. She asked me when I was sober, like if we were gonna, like if we could kiss, and I was like, no, I don't really want to, because it would have been my first kiss and everything. And then as I got more drunk, she kept asking me, and then we ended up doing it, and I never really realized that that was not okay until recently.
And same with a guy too, like a guy's tried to pressure me into having sex with him.
I don't think just women are pressured by men to do things.
It wasn't something I really wanted to do at that time.
And it was like, I love them so much that I couldn't say no to them, because it was like, that was just hard. So like,
A lot of people can get really confused when they're being, a bit flirty with non-binary people, because they don't know if they want to be treated like a woman or a man or anything. But the truth is, if you're really just kind of open and, you just kind of talk about what you want with them, then it really shouldn't be a problem.
The best way for people to communicate with me is like, they have to, or at least for the first few times, is to straight up tell me what they're thinking, or what they're feeling, or what they're trying to communicate with me.
As a girl, I want to be treated with respect. I don't want to be treated as the minority.
Well, non-binary is a little bit like being trans. They're both on the same spectrum, which is genderqueer, but non-binary is basically you don't really see yourself as male, but you don't really see yourself as female either.
I think there are definitely still a lot of lingering stereotypes around masculine and feminine roles and how a man should act.
Growing up, I was told I had to be a man. So it was either that or you'd just be a disappointment to your family.
Like, men have to hide their emotions, because apparently if you cry, that's not manly.
Here's a box, you're a man, you have to be in there, like all being macho and all of those things.
There are times like when I'm sad, sometimes I just feel like I don't have to be sad now. because she'll think I'm weak and probably leave me.
No, I don't find it easy to express emotion. It's quite hard. Just trying to show it. Because you don't really know how to show it sometimes.
For an example, like moisturizing, some guys are like, oh, what? That's a girly thing, don't moisturize. And I'm here like, yes, go me, I'm moisturizing.
I went to her ball last year and we both wore dresses, and that was seen as weird, or like, why isn't the one like wearing a suit and a tie? And I'm just like...
Yes, I have definitely felt objectified in my life. Many times.
There's the catcalling and everything. Where I was today, I was talking to my friend from the school, and all the boys behind him just started being like, hey, get it. And I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I have been sent my fair share of nudes that I did not want to receive. They're often from like people that I don't know either, which is like...
Yeah, 100%. I think that online people can be completely different people than who they are in person.
It made me feel small, you know, because in those situations you feel like you don't have very much power.
It just makes me want to vomit and cry and scream and, you know, get away from it. But I always want to get away from the situation, but in my mind, I don't run away.
Okay, we're going to take one more minute with the poll.
Trying to obtain the right amount. My mind is too busy to sit alone on my own. I try to sit down and meditate like a monk. My foot then starts tapping onto a did it a funk. To a did it a rhythm I cannot keep still. I hit a blunt with the Philly. No, meat meal. My feelings are real, so emotional. Never back in the captain who tryna roll my boat. I sold the dope, I dropped the bag, you dropped the soap. I got the sauce, they got the soap. Trying to get the money, then I put it in a vote. Roll with a gang, they mistake is for a coat. They just put it on the front while I'm putting on my coat. Represent a light side like a lightning bolt. Don't fuck with the fake ass friends. See you popping all around me, they just wanna be in. Talking all the shit, I do not pay attention. Got girls on the ground trying to show me they skin. Say yeah, they woke. Trying to quote some buzzy shit that I wrote. Looking for hope. They may look bad online, but they are broken to the rappers trying to fake the funk. Smoke weed and watch a whole career turn up. From the west side like this where I am. Rock up to the spot like here I am. Fuck a colonizer trying to steal my land. I flick a middle finger till she held my hand. You wanna burn the blunt, I wanna burn the flag. I'm swerving, nutty dreadlock in a turban. I'm lurking, I'm plummeting under the sun. Going 100 and one wavy, but I'm not surfing. Son of a queen, I got the flow. Fuck up my show, dress that careless. I hail all these hoes. Me nutty dress me like a vine when I rhyme. Me the come on my shell and you already know. Fuck up the game, fuck up your crew. Tell them mellow down from the underground, rap these who roll. This is the realest shit that you have heard in a minute. I'm killing this flow is infinite. This is the realest shit that you have heard in a minute. I'm killing this flow is infinite. This is the realest shit that you have heard in a minute. I'm killing this flow is infinite. This is the realest shit that you have heard in a minute. I'm killing this flow is infinite. Killing it. It's infinite. Coops coming with that raw vibe. Hit 'em like a 4-5. Risen from the north side. Dripping in the source side. Vision in the force till I'm ripping in the Porsche. Got the powers like the horse. You're the sour cause you lost. Pay the cost, take it out like a boss. Bounce back till I'm winning. Driven and I'm willing. Only distracted by pretty women. Got me chilling. Otherwise I'm catching rap bodies trying to make it killing. Got the system trying to pick me as a villain. Cause the kids are feeling everything I'm spilling. With these words I'm drug dealing. Filling up the weed that's a nigga's penicillin. I ain't numb to it. Look at the pull up when they come to it.
So, we're back in Tom's bedroom, and I have just bolted from the kiss, right? So I'm standing far end of the room, doing the Home Alone face at him still. He is sitting on the bed, middle of the room, doing like, ah, at me, silently, but the face said a scream. And the cake is roughly here, I would say, and the cake is kind of like, you don't need him, Karen, you just need me. But back to Tom. You're going to hear from Tom in this section because when we were writing the show, I called him up and I said, hey, how are you? Wow, Karen. Hi, it has been a really long time. I'm good. How are you going? I'm good. I just wanted to ask you a question, actually. Oh, I'll stop you there. I'm actually seeing someone now. So it's early days, but I do feel like we have quite a special connection. No, Tom. It's not why I called. Congratulations, though. I wanted to ask you about the night that we hooked up. Yep. Do you remember when you tried to kiss me and I jumped off the bed and ran to the other side of the room? Yes, I do have a memory of that, Karen. I want to know what you were thinking when that happened. What was I thinking? I guess I was thinking like, whoa, did I just misread every signal tonight? Like, I remember earlier you'd been laughing and smiling and leaning towards me and you touched my arm and my leg and... I don't know though, by the time we got to the bedroom I guess it had all happened a while before, so maybe I should have checked in? I don't know though, because I'm a guy I've been told my whole life I'm meant to make the first move, even if I don't want to. Which made me think about the first time I had sex in high school. I went to a ball with this girl and she really wanted to have sex after. She kind of just assumed I'd be into it, and I kind of wasn't into it, but she just kept at it, and eventually I just did it. I didn't feel great about it after. I'm really sorry that happened to you, Tom. No, it's like I'm fine. Like I'm fine. I just I've never told anyone that before. Hello, everyone. Do I go? In my turn now? Okay. I'm Tom. So we're back in the bedroom with Karen. I guess I'm thinking at this moment, like, damage control. Like, she seems very, very embarrassed. I don't want her to feel embarrassed, so I'm just going to go in with a big smile, a huge grin at her, and try to look kind of relaxed and easygoing. You know, like maybe cross my leg. Absolutely not. Uncross those. Just remember that right before this, we were having a real good time just hanging out. Just as I'm trying to decide what to do now, I notice that Tom is really smiling at me. And then he says, very gently from where he is, "You can come and sit down if you want. We don't need to do anything." And I can tell that he means it. I'm really nervous. I am really nervous too. Okay. I notice straight away that she relaxes. Cool. I just feel this weight come off me, right? Like I can actually feel my body again. Like these are my arms and my hands and my legs and my feet. She is smiling at me. I'm smiling at him, and I am still smiling at her. It's like now that I'm not under any pressure, I can think about what I want to actually happen. I've got literally no idea what is going to happen. Like, he's really beautiful. Are we still gonna hook up? Like, wow. I'm not making the first move this time. Oh my God, yeah, I do want to have sex with this person. She is looking into my eyes. I'm looking into his eyes. I think she's gonna kiss me. I'm gonna kiss him. I'm just gonna do it. It's all gonna be fine. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, fuck, she's leaning in. I'm leaning in. Oh, God, I'm leaning in. Oh, God, he's leaning in. Oh, he's closed his eyes. Close your eyes, Karen! Okay, we're nearly there. Yeah, nearly. Yes! When I was in high school, so well more than a decade ago now, I remember there was a day after school, I was in my friend's car, we'd parked up next to the beach. We were eating hot chips out of a bag, from memory. And we were just talking about garbage. And I asked her about this person that she kind of had a thing with. And I remember making like stupid kissing sounds at her, and I noticed that she went very quiet and she pulled away from me. So I asked her what was wrong. And she told me, after a long pause, that person had sexually assaulted her recently at a party. And I had no idea what to say. Just no idea. And so when I eventually did respond, I started asking questions. Not the good kind. Not like, how are you feeling? Would you like to talk about it? But what happened? Why did it happen? How did it happen? Because I didn't understand. And I wanted to understand, but I just kept in on the why this, why that, why this. And I could tell it was all wrong. Because the whole time, she was tightening her arms around her torso, and her shoulders were slumping, and she was tilting further and further away from me. Eventually, she started the car, and we drove home in silence. I think about that all the time. I have this memory of her driving the car. It's like etched into my brain, with her arms stretched out, and her hands on the steering wheel, and her legs supporting her, and her foot on the pedal. What a wonderful thing to have a body in this world. Something that is so completely your own. Pluto, could you join me on stage? Hey, Ari.
Hey, Karen.
I know this is a bit weird because I'm not actually in your story.
Yep.
But it feels like I know you.
Same.
And I wish I'd talked to you the right way when I was in high school.
Yeah.
How are you going?
I feel pretty messed up. But also, people keep asking me how I'm going, like I've got an illness or something. Or like I'm going to hurt myself.
Do you want to talk about how you're feeling? We don't need to talk about what happened if you don't want to.
I feel sad and angry and tired all the time. I'm not sure being tired all the time is normal, though.
I'm pretty sure everyone responds differently to this stuff. I don't think there's one right way to feel. It sounds hard.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Do you think it's bad that I liked Jamie before?
No, not at all. You liked someone. It's so normal.
I feel like people think that since I liked them, it's my fault, or they don't believe me. People have said that.
I can promise you that it is not your fault.
Really?
Yeah. You can't control other people. And even if you did like Jamie, that doesn't mean you wanted it to happen.
I really didn't want it to happen.
I know. I believe you. Knowing that people don't believe you or are blaming you, that's hard, Ari. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's really hurtful.
It doesn't mean that they're right.
It's weird because when we were just hooking up and stuff, I was into it. But then everyone was saying that we were going to have sex, and suddenly Jamie grabbed my hand and pulled me upstairs. Once we were upstairs and the door was closed, it was pretty different. They straight away tried to take my shirt off, and I sort of freaked out and asked if we could just talk and stuff. After we had talked for a bit, I felt better. Then they started kissing me again and trying to take my jeans off, and I was like, nah. But they were like, come on, it's all good. I had my arms crossed over my body.
That seems like a pretty clear signal that you didn't want it to be happening.
Yeah, I kept trying to make excuses, and they kept having answers for them.
How do you mean?
Like, I need to find Kiri, she's my ride, but they said that she was staying the night now, so there was no rush.
Yeah, I mean, that's a no. You communicated that you weren't into doing stuff right then.
And then they kept talking about how much they liked me and that they wanted us to be together, which sucked because I really liked them too and didn't want to mess it up. It just felt like if I told Jamie to stop again, they were going to get really upset or mad or something.
Right.
And then it all just happened really fast. Jamie was getting undressed and I felt like I was paralyzed. I didn't know what to do.
It sounds really scary.
I told them to wait. I said, wait, Jamie. But they told me everything was all good and just keep going. I just felt myself give up. I tried to tell them that I didn't want to 3 times. Just felt like they didn't care. My body went sort of limp. I don't know. My mind went somewhere else.
Have you ever heard of dissociating? It sounds a little bit like that. It's when your brain is trying to protect you during a harmful situation. Lots of people describe feeling like that.
So you think they shouldn't have done that?
Yes, Jamie definitely should not have done that. And this definitely was not your fault. I think you are smart and brave and you care about people's feelings. I think this shouldn't have happened to you. And some of the stuff that you've described sounds really familiar.
Really?
Shit, yeah. I have totally dealt with people like Jamie. Not listening, won't take no for an answer.
I'm not even sure Jamie gets it, eh? They keep texting me. Should I call it an assault? That sounds so intense.
I think you get to decide how you label it. What I would say is that sexual contact of any kind without consent is a sexual assault.
What happens now to me?
I think a whole bunch of stuff could happen now. It just depends on what you want or what you need. If you want to keep talking to someone, there are heaps of professionals who are great at this stuff. Or if you just want to talk to friends, that's cool too.
Okay.
Ari, if you do tell people, friends, and they aren't good at talking about it, or knowing what to say, or keep asking you questions about how it happened or why it happened, that is not a reflection on you or what happened to you. That is just us being really bad at talking about it.
Okay. We've got to get better today. All of it.
Yeah, we do.
Hey, Karen.
Yeah?
I was just thinking about how our stories start out like exactly the same, but
Our stories end differently?
yeah, even though we do the same things.
Yes. Which makes me think the different endings have got nothing to do with me and nothing to do with you, Ari. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm just going to take one more pause and another couple of minutes with the poll.
Just say whatever and hold my breath. I'm not all together, I won't find the rest. Lost in the temper, break down, coalesce. 'Cause I got a mean bone in my body. If I want, then I can. Never mean it when I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for that. Not the life of the body. A little, but I still got a heartbeat. I know, you know, I know. Not the life of the body. A little, but I still got a heartbeat. I hold it together, and you let me guess. It's hard to remember what anything meant. You know me better when I've been your best, but I can't win forever. You take what you get, 'cause you got a mean bone in your body. If you are, then I am. Always mean it till I'm sorry, but I'm sorry for that. Not the life of the body. A little, but I still got a heartbeat. I know, you know, I know. Not the life of the body. A little, but I still got a heartbeat. Got gravel embedded in my hands. Got myself falling for a concrete planner. Throwing stones like confetti, and I'm never really ready for it. Got gravel embedded in my hands. Got myself falling for a concrete planner. Throwing stones like
So I'm a hopeless romantic, done and done. I know that for sure.
My ideas about romance came from more of movies and books and the old princess movies and princess books and stories and stuff like that. But as I grew older, I realized that princess stories are kind of overrated.
rom-coms, romance movies are like my thing. I'm so sure there's not like a single romance movie I've not seen.
I have this thing where I always like play out movie scenarios in my mind of what exactly I want to happen, and it never happens like that.
Something kind of weird was that whenever I watch movies, and I always kind of insert myself into a side character role, like the best friend that helps the person get what they want. But I feel like that's because I realized that in a lot of these stories that I watched, there was this big angle of getting romantic with someone, and I realized that not every story has to be that way.
Yeah, porn does make people's ideals change on sex.
It's all fake. Everything's fake most of the time. And I guess guys and girls both expect things like in porn to happen in real life, but it's not always going to happen like that, because sex in real life is a lot different than porn, I think.
And obviously it misses out a whole bunch of things. It misses out like awkwardness, laughing. My first kiss was pretty great. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was really amazing. It was like, butterflies, and it was like, whoa, this is what love feels like.
And then he goes, "Can I kiss you?" Which was like the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
You know, if he did something that I was uncomfortable, he was able to like read it and like, you know, check in with me.
Because making the first move is scary for anyone, and then if we just put that expectation on like a certain group of people, that's like a lot. And yeah.
You would never initiate anything. Not that I was like the type of girl to be like, jump me now, like let's have a sexual moment.
I think I would try and make the first move. I think I would, definitely.
My wairua over the last month or so has just been like down. I've just been like, thinking about life and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just come to realize that I need to do what's right for me now, and I need to make myself happy by surrounding myself with positive people. And if I get into a relationship somewhere down the track, then I will, but just focus on myself for a while now.
We were at the park just sitting there. She was on the swing. It felt like a movie, to be honest. She was on the swing and she was just whistling to herself, and I just stood up because I don't know, it just felt like it. I stood up, went straight to her, was right in front of her, and she was looking straight at me because she was pretty short and I'm pretty tall. And she looked straight at me and she was like, yes. And I'm just like, I said her name, I always say her name, but for example, her name, another random name would probably be like, Jessica. That's not her name, but Jessica. I said, Jessica, will you do me the honors, or if that makes sense, to let me take your first kiss? And she looked up at me without hesitation. She just jumped up and just took mine as well.
Flirting on social media, the way other person puts his sentence in a flirty way, like in the emojis that the person gave, like the blush face.
Negotiating consent is kind of a bit tricky because you don't want to kill the mood, obviously.
Well, the body language is a big one, like how if they're closed off or like they're open to it.
If they're shying away, then they're probably not having a good time, or if they kind of stiffen up.
And you can normally tell in someone's eyes like how they feel about the situations, like just small things like just looking away all the time.
An example would be when she would like roll her eyes, do like a flickering with her eyes.
They're just nice about everything, and they like stop if you want to stop, and they don't care, and they're not judgmental. Then like that's the sexiest thing, really.
And yeah, just like asking like, is this good? Are you okay with this?
So I remember like looking at his face and being like, he's really beautiful. He's like a beautiful person. And I remember that I'm attracted to this person. And it would be nice to kiss this person. And then we did kiss. And I could just kind of relax into it.
Yeah, trust is a big thing for safety in a relationship.
And it's really hard, like sexual desire is such a hard thing to explain, but it's like it like floods through your body. It's like a rush of blood. And always for me feels this thing of wanting to be really close to the other person, like physically close, and sort of pushing against them.
We're sitting on the bed next to each other, and I know now that I want to have sex with him. And I know it because I can feel it in my body. And so I say to him, do you want to have sex? And he's like, yes, I do. And so we do. And it is like, oh, what is it like? It is so like, what is it like? It's a little bit like this. Just give me 1 second.